Hello you lovely people, welcome back to my channel, and for an interesting video guys, because what I'm going to be doing in this video is talking game sticks, and mainly the difference between the quality of game sticks, because obviously you can get one for as little as a tenner, and you can buy one that is a hell of a lot more than that, around about, 35 quid, if not more. Some of them are even more than that. So yeah, what am I talking about with game sticks? Well, on the lower end of the market, you have, from AliExpress and places like that, Temu and what have you, you can pick up this baby here. Now this one will cost you around about £7. Now it's made by Datafrog, who actually make a lot of handhelds, cheap emulation devices that, you know what, they ain't too bad. Now this is on the lower end, like I said. It is very much a NES machine. Yeah, it's a NES machine. You can probably tell by the controllers that come with it. You get two of them in there. There is the stick itself. But yeah, this is on the lower end. But that doesn't mean it's bad, because the purpose of this video is to show you the different game sticks out there for your needs and which one you might want to go with. Do you go with the lower end or the more higher end? Or do you go for the mid-range, guys? That is the question, isn't it? So this is what you get. You get this box for your around about £7 to £8, sometimes 10, like I said, and it is the Y2 HD. Always be a little bit dubious about the HD thing, but there we go, Datafrog, that is their symbol. So you can see, very straightforward, plain box, not a lot of information, a little bit there, but yeah, not really that much, just telling you what's in there, that it's a plug and play, because yes, that's the beauty of game sticks, you can put them straight into the back of your TV and play them. Very, very cool. It comes with a power source. Quite often in game sticks you get a little dongle that you can connect your controllers to. In this one you don't actually, which is unusual. And they usually come with an SD card pre-installed with a ton of games on it. So, like I said guys, this is very much based on the NES. So you can imagine, this is a NES machine. That is what you're going to get on here guys. You're going to get a ton of NES games. But let's have a look at the contents first on this cheaper version. First of all, power cable. Not hugely long, but it does the job, because once it's plugged into the back of your TV, obviously you're then going to want to plug it into a wall socket to power the thing. Sometimes you have a USB port on your actual TV and you can just plug it straight into there, along with the HDMI and what have you, which is very, very cool. Now, next we have this. Now, this is an adapter, guys. What it basically is, a lot of the ports on TVs, you can't fit the game stick straight into. They're just in an awkward place and you can't get the game stick in there, simple as that. So they give you this thing here, which basically is a adapter so that you can plug your game stick in. I'll show you if I can ever get into the bag, he says. Let's have a look. Here we go. Let's try and get in now, like that. There we are. Brilliant. Cool, we're in. So yeah, you get something like this in most of them. And it is, of course, like I said, an adapter. So you plug your stick into here, and then that would go into your USB port, which is a lot more sensible. And it gives it a little bit of length there to hang down on the back of your TV. Very cool to have that. Especially in a cheap device like this, you wouldn't expect it at all. Then let's have a look at these. Now these are fantastic. I tell you what, the quality of them, obviously it's a cheap machine, guys. It's not going to be the greatest of quality, but I tell you what, it ain't half good. It's not great, but it's bloody good. That is for sure. Yeah, the buttons feel nice. You can see, look, it's actually lighting up there because it's probably still on. Yeah, looks like it's still on, guys. So yeah, you can see as I'm pressing the buttons, the little light is coming on, and I tell you what, they are fantastic. Fantastic buttons, they really, really are. They take, quite basically, just 2 AAAs in this one. So that is cool as well. Nice and easy, not a built-in one that's going to die on you within 5 minutes being a cheap product. No shoulder buttons, anything like that. So that is your controller, and it is obviously meant to look like a NES controller. And you can see Game Over, Data Frog and all that on there. Yeah, very, very cool indeed. And a little arrow pointing there. Not too sure what that's all about, but there you go. But you got A, B, and then you got, very strangely, TA and TB. Yeah, TB, that's not a good thing to get, is it? Not in this day and age, no. Right, so that's that one. Then, of course, the second one is exactly the same. Exactly the same thing. I've just got it wrong way round, I should say. And no batteries in this one, so it's not going to light up. So, yeah, exactly the same thing. That's what we just looked at. Then we get to this bit here, guys. We get to the actual stick itself, if I can get it out. There we go. Right. So no extra gubbins with this one. It is just as it is. It's got the power port there to actually plug it into the mains. You have an SD card in this one. Here you take off that bit, obviously, to get to the HDMI port. And then you have this little bit of a design on there, which is kind of cool looking. But yeah, that is basically it. Absolutely. Usually on the better ones, you get a USB port as well, so you can plug in the dongle. And here is the SD card that came included with it, and it is a, there we go, 256 megabyte. So very small, but to be honest, for NES games, it's absolutely fine, isn't it? It does what you need it to do. Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong way around. Yes, I am. So yeah, that is what you get on your cheaper version. There is also a booklet, which I'll try and dig out now, he says. There we go. So there's your grape tray out. There's your booklet. Come on, you bugger. There we go. And we'll chuck the box over there for a minute. So yeah, Data Frog Y2 HD. Like I said, take that with a pinch of salt. 2.4G wireless game dongle. Well, that's a load of crap, because it hasn't got the actual dongle. It is just a game stick, isn't it? It's a memory stick, guys. It's not a dongle. Why would they call it that? I don't know. You get a dongle in the better ones that connect your bloody controllers to it. These are using, I presume, infrared or something like that. And they're actually very, very good, considering this is such a cheap console. But yeah, there you go. It's a book. It does what it says. Probably in multiple bloody languages. But you know what we've got to do now, guys? We've got to plug it into the TV, haven't we? And I can show you actually what you get on a lower-end game stick. Back in a sec. Right, here we go, guys, with the budget game stick. As you can see, you've got this very random kind of menu, because it's only NES games, like I said. So you've got action games, you've got shooting games, fighting games, you've got sport games, you've got casual games, and you've got racing games and all that. But they're all NES games, because this is a NES box. Now, that music might sound very familiar to you if you've used other emulation devices, but it does appear on quite a few, especially Data Frog. But yeah, what have you got in action game? Let's have a look, shall we? So yeah, all NES games, like I said, 194 of them in action. So you've got things like Nightmare on Elm Street, you've got Adventure Island 1, 2, 3, 4, and on and on and on. Yeah, just goes on and on, guys. And then you got like Aladdin and what have you, which is very cool. Let's try that one. Let's try Aladdin. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, it sounds just about spot on. It really does. There we go, throwing the old apples. Yeah, got him. Cool. Then jump. Yeah, getting used to the controls is a bit difficult, but yeah, that's alright. You get used to them in the end. There we go, excellent. And go here. There we go, got those ones. Oh, we got me, bugger. Yeah, a little bit of graphical glitches now and again. You can see it's screen tearing at the end, which is a shame, maybe because it is actually the type of game it is, where it's side-scrolling, so that could be due to that. But I'm playing terribly here, guys, because I don't really know what I'm doing right now here with the controls. But yeah, it is not bad for what it is, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. It's playing Aladdin pretty well. Yeah, like I said, bit of sacrifice on the old screen tearing and what have you. But otherwise, yeah, quite cool. To quit, you just press that and you go down to quit. Or you can load, save, screen, system, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's go to quit. There we are, back into here. So yeah, you can see, guys, this, like I said, is a NES machine. You're happy with up to 8-bit NES games, you are going to be absolutely fine with this game stick. No problem whatsoever. Let's go back again. How do we do that? Like that, there we go. And we've got into shooting. We'll take a look what's in there, for instance. 153 in this one. You can see you've got all your shoot 'em ups here, guys. You've got all the 1940s games. You've got Airwolf, Alien 3. You've got a lot of first-person shooters. You've got a lot of, shoot 'em ups, which are one of my favourite genres. Absolutely brilliant. And I love the way they have the box art on the side. I think that's absolutely fantastic. As you go through all these, you can see there's a ton here. Yeah, absolutely brilliant that they do that. They include the artwork for each title. Brilliant. Right, let's go back again. Let's go into fighting games. Let's see how many's in there. 7. Well, not a lot in there, guys. But yeah, it's got some good ones. Street Fighter 2010. You got Kart Fighter, that's a funny one. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, Mario Kart, but it's made into a hack Kart Fighter. So yeah, pretty cool there as well. Let's go back again. Let's go down to racing games. So you've got everything here again from the NES guys. Just, yeah, absolutely blinding. And there is 45 of these, so that's pretty good as well. So you get a lot of games for your money, for your very cheap money. Like I said, less than a tenner. Wow, you can't go wrong. Obviously casual games, that'll be like a lot of puzzle games and whatever, I should think. Oh, you got Angry Birds on here, yeah. It's the old Angry Birds NES hack. You got Arkanoid, yeah, you got all those types of games here, guys. And there's 292 of these, so flipping heck. Again, love it that the artwork's there for a lot of the games. Not all of them, but a lot of them have got the original artwork. Some have just got like this aesthetic that's been put there. But yeah, cool otherwise. Right, let's go back out again and go into the last one, which is sports. Again, lots of different titles here. Just about every sport you could possibly think of, from football to baseball and all that. And Aussie Rules even. Look at that, Aussie Rules footy. Wow, there are some obscure ones here. But yeah, if you love your sports titles from the NES, then you're going to be well and truly happy here. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that is what you get on your cheap end game stick. But I think it's time to move on to mid-range, isn't it? Well, wasn't that great, eh? Those controllers work beautifully. And I tell you what, if you're happy with your 8-bit flipping NES games, that is ideal. That is a NES machine, that is all it does. There is no other consoles on there. Hence the price, guys, of why you can pick that up for £10 or even under, sometimes if you look around. Now, this one is the mid-range one. This is the next one. Now, I can't tell you a maker of this one, because it never ever is on the box. But I do know it's the same company, because they use the same logo as a lot of handhelds that are around. Now, you may have seen this already on my channel, because I did an unboxing video of this, because this was a pickup from a charity shop. Now, these sell for around about £20 to £25, so it's double, sometimes more than double, the price of the one we just looked at. So yeah, can't give you a maker, but they definitely have quite a big presence where portable emulation devices are concerned and things like that. Now, this one takes on the aesthetics of the PS5. Yeah, believe it or not, a game stick that is meant to look like a PS5, and you can tell that by the controllers, and you'll see that with a memory stick as well, that is kind of fashioned after the PS5. Now, this one can play up to 10 different systems, so it's quite a step up from the other one, from the one we just looked at, and you can play up to PlayStation on this one. Now, PlayStation's very choppy, so I would rather say that you can play, up to all the 16-bit. Very, very happily. PlayStation, it does play. Quite a lot of titles do play. But it can be a bit choppy at the best of times. But this is a fantastic thing, guys. Like I said, it costs around £20 to £25. Again, on AliExpress, Temu, all that kind of thing. But I picked it up from a charity shop for £3. And I was absolutely over the moon because it came with its SD card, it came with its dongle to connect to these controllers, because this has got the fantastic way of doing it, which is through a dongle, and there's no lag or anything, guys. Here we go again. GameStick Pro. This one's called 2.4G wireless, and this one has some quite dramatic claims as well. Like that 3D rocker, special game rocker for arcade, high sensitivity and anti-skid design. A lot of claims, eh? But no, this is actually a fantastic thing. If you're happy, totally happy, up to 16. Obviously, you can play 32, like I said, with PlayStation, what have you. And it is quite a cool thing. But there's the box. As you can see, that is about all there is to it there. It just shows you the contents and what have you there. So this is the next step up, guys. But what do you get in this box? Well, it's going to look very familiar to the other box because you get kind of the same types of things. You get 2 controllers. You get one of these again. One of those adapters, so that you can actually plug the very oversized actually memory stick into the back of your TV without any problems and have it dangling again. So again, that's fantastic to have that in the box, and that does seem to be a kind of trend that they all have that. This one comes with a nice long cable. Again, like the previous one, it is the old style Mini B. But that's fine for its purposes. Again, plug it into your TV if you've got a USB port, or have it close to a power source, and then you're away. Now, this is where it's a step up, guys. I mean, those NES controllers were gorgeous already. They were lovely. Even the quality of the plastics was good. Not fantastic, but good. Now, don't believe for 1 second you're going to get a PS5 controller. You're not. But you are going to get a very lovely and very well made, nice plastics, quite light controller. And it is awesome, guys. Again, let's have a look how many of this takes, because I can't quite remember. Again, look, AAAs, and you're away. Again, just the quality of this is fantastic. They're nice and clicky. They do what they're meant to do. And it looks like a PS5 controller. They're dreaming a bit there, aren't they? But that is one of the controllers. Very nice plastic. They connect so easy, on and off on this one this time, so you can turn it on and off as you want. So that's kind of cool. So that's got that, because the NES controllers obviously didn't have that. So we'll put him aside a minute and get the other one out. This one's a bit heavier because this one's probably got batteries in it, has it? No, this hasn't got batteries in it either, but we'll put some in, don't you worry, when we take a look at the actual system. So again, just lovely sticks. It is actually fantastic. Can't get over how good a quality these controllers are. Let's put him over there. Then what else have I got in the box here? Not very much, guys. We have the manual. There we go. And again, guys, it is fantastic for a mid-range game stick. Really, really good that you can play all those different consoles on there. I think that is actually pretty awesome. Obviously, you can see it in Chinese there. And this side, you have it in English. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So cool, that's even got coloured pictures in that one. Wow. that makes a change. Right, then we have the game stick itself in a baggie. Now, this is where you're going to see a difference, guys, when I chuck that box out the way there. This has got the little dongle in it. There we go. To connect those controllers, nice and easy. So, yeah, you got there a USB port, and then you got your micro B port for power. So, put that back in. There we go. And as you can see, 4K Game Stick Pro. 4K, yeah, I think they're lying a bit. But you can see about the aesthetics, guys. Look, it looks like a PS5. They really truly went for the old PS5, you know, looking type thing, which is kind of cool. I don't mind that at all. That there's just a power light when you've actually got it plugged in. This here is your micro SD card that came with it, and this is a hell of a step up from the last one, because this is 128 gigs. So you can imagine you get a ton of games on here, and I do believe that goes in that way, does it? Yes, it does. I got it right the first time. Wow, that makes a change. Is it going to go back in there? Yeah, there we go. Then you take it off there, and again you plug that into your adapter, and you can put it into your TV very, very happily. But again, guys, we've got to take a look and see what you get on one of these game sticks that costs you around 25. Oh, 20 to 25. So I've even seen this one go for about 30 quid. So, shall we see what you get on there? Like I said, 10 emulators, PlayStation a bit choppy. But yeah, if you're alright up to 16-bit, you'll be absolutely fine with this one. Let's have a look now. Right guys, here we go with the mid-range stick, and as you can see, you've got a nice selection of consoles here. I'll just go through them. I won't name them all because obviously you can see that for yourself. Absolutely brilliant. The amount of choice you get here is incredible, it really is. And you go down here, you see there, oh, just a ton of them, even Neo Geo Pocket Color. And WonderSwan, which is absolutely amazing. Like I said, PlayStation, yeah, a lot of titles play quite nicely. I will give it that. I mean, we'll go into there and have a look. Here we go. So you've got a ton of games on here. You've got 23. Some of the best ones, Biohazard 3, Last Escape and all that, which of course is Resident Evil. We'll go down to that and take a look, shall we, and see how that runs. Let's have a look. Well, the intro certainly runs very well, sounds brilliant. Last Escape. Right, new game. Light mode.
It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City.
Unfortunately, the viewfinder is finding it a bit difficult. I do apologise. It's flickering in and out, but that's the viewfinder, guys, not the stick.
Lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance.
This is Chopper Delta.
There we go, skip it forward.
What are they?
Right, so here we are, guys, in the actual game now. The old tank controls, of course. How do we shoot? I can't even remember. It's one of them and all that. Okay, let's just get out of here. Come on, get out of the way. You buggers. I'm gonna die at this rate because I can't shoot, guys. I can't shoot. It's again getting used to those controls, isn't it? That's the trouble. Yeah. I'm very badly injured now. But you can see it's playing absolutely fantastic. Once you get used to those controls, we'll be alright, won't we? Get up there. Come on before they come. There we go. And down. Brilliant. It's showing you how well it's playing. This is perfect. Yeah, just a shame you got to get used to those controls, guys. I can't work out how to shoot.
We've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there.
Right,
How dare you tell
let's
me
move
that?
on, shall we? So again, you just press that select and start, and then you get to this menu here: resume, exit, save state, load state. Screen settings, so you can change all that. You can change the controls. Yeah, again, it's a step up, isn't it, from the previous stick we just looked at? Absolutely brilliant, it really is. So we can just go to exit here. There we are, back onto the menu. So yeah, absolutely blinding, guys. Wicked, wicked, wicked machine. It really is. I mean, that was just PlayStation being shown there for the purposes of this video. But yeah, what a fantastic thing this is. We go back onto the menu of all the different consoles. I mean, absolutely fantastic, it really is. This is a wonderful, wonderful machine. If you want to play up to PlayStation, obviously you can see there, that was playing quite well. All the others play fantastic, it has to be said. And there is a ton of games on here. For instance, Game Boy, let's go into that a sec. You can see there, guys, there's only 20 in that one, but they're all 20 of them are fantastic ones, that's for sure. Then we'll go back again, go down to Game Boy Advance. You can see, guys, 215 on there, and it's got all the top titles again. Absolutely blinding. Mario vs Donkey Kong and all that. Yeah, absolutely wonderful amount of games on here. So that is very, very cool. So yeah, fantastic, guys. The amount of games on here, brilliant. Bang for your bucks, guys, for a mid-range game stick. Fantastic, but it's time to move on to the high-end game stick. Well, there you go, guys. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? That you can do all those consoles. 10, and you can probably add even more if you wanted to, because they are running RetroArch, and you can add more cores and things like that. So yeah, obviously you can with that one. You couldn't with the NES one, the original one we looked at, the first one. And now we're moving on, guys, to the more top end. Not the toppest of top ends, because of course there is ones out there that cost like over £100, and they can play PS2 and all that kind of thing. But this one, you can play up to Dreamcast, you can play N64, you can play even PSP, all that, guys, is on here. But if you wanted to go even further than that, like I said, you can get ones out there that play GameCube and all sorts. But this is already on the top end. This is around £35 to £45, depending where you look for it. And this is the Game Stick Controller Gamepad again. Yeah, not really good on the older. Who made it? Hey. And it's X2. 2 4G wireless controllers. So yeah, I mean, this one looks a little stunner, it does. And this goes for kind of like the PlayStation look controllers, which I do actually prefer the PS5 type ones rather than old style PS2 or whatever. But yeah, they're quite good quality. 3D games, yeah, pinch of salt again, guys. Then down here it tells you all sorts of things here. Enhanced 4.3, I don't know what I mean by that, but there you go. Then double rocker again, connected TV and all that garbage. But yeah, this one is incredible, guys. It really is. This is fantastic. Now, this is the one that lives permanently in the back of my TV. Got all these bits of info here, and you'll see why when we take a look at it, why this sits in the back of my TV permanently. And this was actually a gift that was given to me by my dear friend Steve Mahoney. He is a wonderful, wonderful friend, and he sent this to me some time ago, guys, and what a fantastic present he gave me. I absolutely love it. There's more gubbins there. Tells you all about like the memory card and stuff like that, and product features and all that type of thing. And back on the top, guys, there is the picture again of the actual stick. But what do you get in a more higher end game stick that makes it worth that extra bit of money, guys? And it really does. I mean, it suits your needs, isn't it? This is what it is. If the NES one suits your needs, that's fine. You just want to play NES games. If you only want to play it up to 16-bit and a little bit of 32, then the mid-range one is good enough for you. If you want a bit more for your bucks, well, this is the thing to go for. Now, on this one, the first thing we see is the manual. Now, this is the kind of manual that I usually call toilet paper, but it has actually got a bit of China clay on it, so it's a little bit harsh, I suppose. But here we go. It's just giving you a description of the controller, not a picture, but just a drawing and all that. And then it tells you what it can actually play, and this shows you guys what this can do. PSP, PS1, Dreamcast, Saturn, NDS, which is Nintendo DS, of course, NES, MAME, Naomi, Arcade, Neo Geo, CPS, MD, GBFC, which of course is Famicom. Yeah. And then in the corner there, NGA, Wii. It says Wii there, but that's, I don't know about that one. We'll see. N64 is great on here. A lot of the titles are. Obviously, N64 has always been a bit of a pain in the arse to emulate, but we shall take a look at all that in a bit. So that is the booklet. Then the next thing you get is the actual game stick itself, and you can see this has got a lovely little herringbone type design to it. Love, love, love that. 3D and all that, yeah, whatever. And then it says light there, game stick light. I think it's actually the Pro, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I can't see that they've got one that does even more than this. It really would be quite strange. But here, look, yeah, you got your USB bit there for your old doggle there to go in. So yeah, you can put him in there. Other way around, is it? Yeah, other way around, you plank. There we go. That way around. And then you've got this bit again, of course, so they can connect a connector to it, because again, it's oversized. But do you get the connector in the box? That's the question, isn't it? And there is your power source again, your old style mini B cable. There you have a reset, in case you need to reset it at any point. And this one came with a micro SD card the size of 128 gig again, so that's cool. Again, just a ton of games on these things, you know what I mean? They come preloaded with all sorts of naughty ROMs, which of course is still a bit of a dark area, isn't it? Yeah, but what a cool looking stick that is. I mean, it's gorgeous looking. I love that herringbone design. Love it, love it, love it. Fantastic. Right, so that's the stick. Then, we're focusing in and out here all the time, guys. My camera's playing up. But yeah, grip, tray, out the way. There we go. And then we're into the box itself. And first thing up, guess what? Yeah, it's one of them again, guys. It's an adapter. So you can plug that in nicely. Again, nice to have that. And we all know what that's for now, don't we? Because I've shown you already what you do with this is just, have I got it around the right way? Oh, I haven't even taken the flipping thing off yet. Oh, you silly ass. There we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's the right way. There we go. Just like that. Cool. Very, very cool. Let's put him aside. So, oh, let's just try and put that cap on there. Yeah, whatever. Right, okay. So that's cool to have that, yeah. Even though I'm a numpty, yeah, and try to put the game stick cap on it. But anyway, here we go. Power cable. Nice long power cable. That is a very nice one. Again, it's a Micro B, old style Micro B. Very cool. And here are the controllers themselves. Now, they don't feel as quality as those PS5 controllers, but they do have a nice click to them. They have nice travel. They are actually quite lovely. And once the old batteries are in there, it gives it a bit of weight. So yeah, very nice. So you got your start, select and all that, and mode. Well, let's have a look there. There are your power lights to tell you if it's connected and all that. So yeah, very nice to have all of that on there, guys. I mean, it is literally like a PS2 or PS3 controller. Not quite the quality, obviously, but yeah, not bad at all. So we'll put him down there. There's the second one, because yes, you get two in the box again, which is absolutely fantastic. There's the switch for on and off. There we go. Cool. Yep. There we are. Oh, yeah, they are lovely. And this one must have the batteries in. It's got a bit of weight to it. Shall we have a look and see if I'm wrong? All right about that. And these are quite tricky to get up. Yeah, they're in there. Look, there we go. So it's got a bit of weight to it. And that actually feels so much better with that bit of weight in there. So yeah, that is that controller as well. We'll plonk him over there. Out the way, you're leaving the shadow, you little sod. Oh well, we'll leave the shadow then. Right, so that is it. That is the empty box now. So, shall we take a look at this last game stick? The high-ender. Yeah, the higher ender anyway, because like I said, guys, you can go out and spend a fortune on one of these. But yeah, this is on the more high end. Let's have a look. What do you get on here? And how well does it perform? Right, here we go with the game box. The high-end one. It was a very interesting intro. You can see it's loading up all the different consoles here. Done. And now we're into the menu. No music on this menu. But you can see already, guys, look, PlayStation Portable, wow. We go down to Naomi, which is an arcade machine, of course, from Sega. Nintendo DS, which is wicked to have that on here. Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Arcade Classics, Super Nintendo, and I love the artwork and the way the whole design of this is. It's just beautiful looking, absolutely fantastic. Game Boy Advance, Mega Drive, Nintendo, which is of course NES, Game Boy Color, Neo Geo Pocket Color again, Sega Game Gear. You've even got obscure ones here like the Family Computer Disk System, Sega 32X, you've got Sega Master System, you've got MSX2, Lynx, Atari 7800, Amstrad even, guys. I mean, look at this, it just goes on and on. All the different Ataris here, wicked. Again, an arcade machine there. You got C64. You got Amiga. Oh, so much on here, guys. It's unbelievable. Even, again, obscure ones like the Odyssey 2, Vectrex, and all that, and then hacks, and then even Game Boy, and Game & Watch, Virtual Boy, Neo Geo, and then just absolutely fantastic, Neo Geo Pocket. One's obviously Pocket Color, and one's the original Pocket. Dreamcast. And then Genesis, SG-1000, again, you know, one that you don't find all the time. Sinclair, ZX Spectrum, 4P games, whatever that is. And then all games, and then we're on to favourites and back to PlayStation Portable. So shall we take a look at the one that's probably going to push it the furthest, really, and that is PlayStation Portable, of course. Let's have a look at that one. So you've got a fair amount of games here, 268 in fact, that is a hell of a lot. But the one that always kind of like pushes the limit is things like God of War. So we'll have a look at God of War Chains of Olympus and see how that runs on here. That is a good test of what this fantastic game stick can do. Let's try that now. You can see a few maybe glitches in the background there. It's not too bad considering. Right, let's go for load a new game. Easy. It's me, it has to be easy. Right, let's see how it actually plays. Probably quite slow, but we'll have a quick look. There we go, nice. I mean, it's playable, that's for sure. There is some graphical glitches, some sound glitches, so it's not 100%. You can probably clock it up a bit.
I must return fire!
Yeah, it's playing pretty well considering. It is a game stick, not a top end machine. It's a game stick, so it's doing not a bad job really, is it? Playable enough. Yeah, I think that's pretty damn good. Okay, so that was a good test of that one. Let's see how we quit this one. Right, so you press the two shoulder buttons together and then you can quit. So yeah, fantastic. So we just go down to there and then we exit. There we go, and it's gone back to the game box and menu. So yeah, fantastic. Back on the menu here. That was obviously quite an extreme example of a PSP game playing on this, but can you imagine if it can do that? And it's playing it pretty well, and that's not even overclocked or anything, that's just out of the box if you like. So yeah, fantastic. And then all these other consoles, guys, is just absolutely incredible. I mean, to have Nintendo DS on it, that is awesome. Shall we have a look at that quickly? Let's have a look at one game on there as well. So you've got a hell of a lot of games here again. 25 of the best. So that's not bad at all. Let's take a look at... what should we go for? Shall we go for Kirby? Obviously, it's only going to be doing the top screen until you reset it, but that's fine. That's what we'll do. Just have a quick look. Oh, so it is actually doing the two screens next to each other, so that's kind of cool. Be better if you can set it up to have it at the top and the bottom, of course, like for instance this bit here where it will be scrolling down. But yeah, not bad. That is doing it pretty damn well, to be fair, it really is. That is pretty cool. Getting the whole story here, guys, can't seem to skip it. I love the way you can use the stick here, the stylus, sorry. That is pretty cool. I do like that. You just move it about with one of the analog sticks, which is very good. I just wish we could get off this bit, but you know what? It's done what I needed it to do, just show you how it runs. I mean, it's only the intro, the story, but hey, cool. Now to quit this one, guys, you've got to press the 2 sticks in. There we go, and it takes you to this menu here. It is the draft stick, of course, which is one of the best DS emulators out there. It is absolutely fantastic. Then back into the menu. So yeah, guys, for a top-end one, oh, this is fantastic. And if you can afford it, guys, this is the one to get, and there's no doubt about it. Like I said, I leave this plugged into the back of the TV all the time, so that I can just get to it as soon as I want to. I think it's bloody awesome. But you know what it's time for? To lay them back out again, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this whole subject. Right, back in a sec. Well, wasn't that fantastic, guys? All those systems that you can play on there. Absolute dream come true. Leave that in the back of your TV, guys. You've got all those games at your fingertips. Like with any of these, any of them, you can do that. But, oh, the high-end one there. The Game Stick Controller, gamepad, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that is definitely the cream of the crop, shall we say. That is the best one. So if you want to pay a little bit more, guys, like I said, £35 to £45, you need to pick that one up. That is the absolute cream of the crop, as I said. But if you're happy with NES games, this will float your boat. If you're happy up to 16-bit with a fantastic PS5 type controller, that will float your boat. But if you want to go the whole hog with this baby here, that is the one to go for. Dig deeper in your pockets and buy that one, and you'll be enjoying PSP games, you'll be enjoying N64, everything, guys, everything. Dreamcast, oh my god, so many flipping consoles on there, guys, right down to the microcomputers. Absolutely wonderful. Arcade games on there as well are just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It depends on what you want, guys. What floats your boat? That is the question. So it's over to you guys in the comments. Let me know. Which one would you go for? And do you think they have a place in the world anyway? I think they do, because they're so nice to have just plugged into your TV and hanging there. Play whenever you want. You never have to set it up again. Just grab your controller and off you go. Absolutely wicked. And for emulation purposes, you know, they do their job, don't they? And there's so many different emulation devices out there, guys, handhelds and what have you. Gorgeous, gorgeous handhelds out there. But this is ideal for somebody who just wants it plugged into their TV permanently and just play whenever they want. So right, over to you guys, comment away. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you and say auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and goodbye. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.